In the vibrant hum of a New York City morning on June 25, 2025, where the sun streamed through the towering glass facades of Times Square and cast kaleidoscopic patterns on the bustling sidewalks teeming with early risers clutching coffee cups emblazoned with Broadway logos, Cher swept into ABC's Studio 23 like a force of nature, her legendary cascade of long black curls bouncing with each purposeful step, clad in a shimmering silver jumpsuit that evoked her 70s disco diva days, accessorized with oversized sunglasses shielding eyes that had seen triumphs from the Sonny and Cher era to her Oscar-winning Moonstruck snap. At 79, Cher, the unapologetic icon whose voice had defined generations with anthems like Believe and If I Could Turn Back Time, her life a whirlwind of 6 Grammys, a Vegas residency that redefined longevity, and fierce advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights, animal rescue, and age-positive representation, arrived to promote her memoir sequel Cher, Unfiltered Encore, a candid chronicle of comebacks, heartbreaks, and Hollywood hypocrisies that had already topped pre-order charts. The View's iconic set, with its round table under warm spotlights and an audience of 250 adorned in feather boas and Cher Forever tees, awaited her. The hosts, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, Sarah Haynes, and Alyssa Farah Griffin, prepped for a lively chat billed as diva dialogue, the air buzzing with the scent of fresh pastries and the faint ozone of excitement. Whoopi welcomed Cher with a standing ovation hug, the crowd roaring as the segment launched into effervescent territory, Cher dishing on her surprise TikTok virality and a rumored duet with Lady Gaga, Joy cracking up at her quip about turning down a RuPaul's Drag Race judging gig. Darlings, I've got enough sequins in my closet to outfit the whole show, pass. But as the conversation veered toward the memoir's juicier bits, Sunny Hostin, with her prosecutorial precision, probed Cher's views on modern feminism, referencing her past comments on ageism. Cher, you're a trailblazer, but some say your eternal youth vibe, hello, auto-tune, perpetuates the very beauty standards you rail against. Is it empowerment or just another mask? The audience shifted, a murmur rippling as Cher removed her shades, her gaze piercing. Sunny, honey, auto-tune's my armor, not a mask. I've fought real battles, from Sunny's shadow to industry dinosaurs calling me past my prime. Question that, and you're part of the problem. The fiery clash ignited when Joy Behar, leaning in with her razor wit, escalated. Oh, come on, Cher, you've reinvented more times than Madonna changes husbands. But spilling tea on exes in your book, isn't that just bitter old gossip from a bitter old broad? Laughter died in throats as Cher's voice rose, husky and unyielding, bitter. Try battle scarred, Joy. I've buried loves, outlived trends, and still stand taller than your hot takes. Mock my age, and you're the broad who's stuck in yesterday's punchlines. Whoopi tried to steer, but Alyssa chimed in on Cher's political reticence, suggesting it diluted her activist cred, prompting Cher to stand, bangles clanging like war drums. Reticence. I've marched for rights when y'all were in diapers. If this panel's here to patronize, not celebrate, then believe me, I'm gone. Gasps cascaded as producers signaled urgently, 2 security personnel approaching with apologetic gestures to escort her off amid a stunned hush broken by fervent applause from pockets of the crowd. Cher's exit a whirlwind of curls and conviction, leaving the hosts in flustered disarray as cameras cut to commercial, Sarah whispering, that was Cher. Backstage, Cher's team, publicist, makeup artist, and a yipping Yorkie named Sunny, rallied with sparkling water and iPads flashing alerts, her phone alight with Meryl Streisand's text, "You owned it, Queen, call later." The clip erupted online like a glitter bomb, #Cher kicked off trending with 18 million views by lunch, fans storming X with edits syncing her strut to "Strong Enough," while detractors sniped at her diva meltdown. ABC's streams overloaded, advertisers from her wig line to vegan brands pausing amid the frenzy, Joy's off-mic mutter leaking, "She's fierce, but oof." Cher, en route to her waiting limo amid paparazzi flashes, flipped her hair with a wry grin, the humiliation a mere hiccup in her eternal encore, transforming panel potshots into a phoenix of publicity that spiked memoir sales 300%. Subplots simmered in the storm. A young drag queen in the audience launching a viral tribute video, the host's green room grapple fracturing into finger-pointing, and Cher's evening call to Bette Midler, cackling over, just another Broadway catfight. The video script immortalized the melee in dazzling detail, close-ups of Cher's defiant glare clashing with Joy's arched brow, flashbacks to her Vegas Vogues and mask makeovers, dialogues dripping with diva daggers, themes of ageism's acid test threading like sequins on a gown. As midday sun baked the streets, Cher jetted east for a Hamptons hideaway, the clash not a coda but a curtain raiser, her spirit as indomitable as her hits, a goddess who turned ejection into exaltation in the glaring glare of daytime drama. Extended explorations delved into pre-tape tremors, Cher's meditation mantra against ambush, producers' push for spicy senior moments, and post-exit echoes, from TMZ tip-offs to Triumph toasts, weaving a narrative as multifaceted as her vocal range, alive with the thrill of timeless Tennessee. The relentless rhythm of New York's media machine kicked into overdrive the morning after Cher's tempestuous tango off The View, with Times Square screens scrolling, diva detonation, Cher ejects amid Behar barbs. And X feeds fracturing into a 30 million post frenzy by 10 a.m., clips of her bangle-rattling retreat remixed on TikTok with turn back time, irony, morphing the round table into a ring of retro reckoning. In her sun-splashed Upper East Side area overlooking the park, Cher lounged in a silk robe over herbal tea and berries, her Yorkie Sunny yipping at alerts, stylist Paolo on Zoom crowing about a 400% surge in Encore downloads, her team in tactical triage greenlighting a sassy Substack snippet, kicked for keeping it 100, ageless ain't effortless, it's earned. #Believe in yourself. At ABC's glass-walled war room in Midtown, the hosts huddled over croissants and crisis notes, execs eyeing 50% ratings rockets but wincing at a 35% sponsor exodus from her beauty empire to Procter & Gamble. Whoopi's Hot Topics pivot a poised mea culpa. Shares a comet, we got singed, but damn, what a show. Let's lift legends, not lob grenades, drawing sympathetic sighs amid #view apology now from Cher's choir. Legal lightning struck. Cher's Manhattan mavens, sharp from her past publishing pacts, teed up a $30 million libel lance over the bitter broadsides warping her warrior ethos, filings flaying producer playbooks for age agitate arcs to amp ad breaks. Sentiment splintered like shattered sequins. Veteran vocalists on Rolling Stone threads thrown Cher, untouchable titan, Gen Z grazers on Reddit roasted her, receipts rage, fence sitters petitioning 1.2 million signatures for a rematch with referees. Subplots stewed in the stew. Sunny's contrite column in the root on feminist fractures, leaking panel pandemonium, a viewer volunteers viral Valentine sparking shelter surges, and meme maelstroms merging the melee with moonstruck moments. The video script summoned the squall in symphonic stabs, splintered headlines hawking hot air, Cher's Central Park promenade intercut with Joy's jittery jog, voiceovers vivifying the vortex of icon inquisition, squeezing sparkle from seniors. Cher's climb crested in vocal warm-ups with whispered winds on, wrinkles as wisdom, while the panel plumbed podcasts on, probe pitfalls, fictionalized facets bearing Behar's begrudging bows. Fortnights flared into frenzy. The suit sizzled to a $12 million settlement seeding silver screen scholarships, but the bedrock buckled. Cher's Hamptons pop-up signing sold out stadium style, The View's vignettes veered to vintage voices for vindication vibes. Stretched soliloquies from sworn scrolls spotlighted Cher's crystalline clapbacks, patronage poisons progress, hearth harmonies with godchildren gleaning grit, astral accolades from Diana Ross's disco decree to Dolly Parton's drawl of solidarity. Repercussions rippled. Brand bailouts bolstered by Cher's comeback cabaret clips, digital discourses dissecting, diva deflections, afresh. In this interlude's ignition, the script spiraled through tribunal torques, social sieges, and subtle stitches, a signed Sunny and Cher vinyl from Alyssa, distilling the fiery clash, as Cher's clarion crusade, alchemizing affront into anthem, a chronicle where curls clashed with quips and kindled comeuppances cascade in daytime's dazzling domain. By the gilded hush of a Hollywood harvest moon in September 2025, the sparks from Cher's View conflagration had coalesced into constellations of comeback and concord, recharting courses from talk show tempests to Tony triumphs, with Encore etching eternal on bestseller billboards and her fragrance, Eternal Flame, flaring to $100 million milestones, age activism alliances netting NAACP icons for a docuseries on diva defiance. The settlement's embers emboldened ABC's legacy lifts, guest-guided GAB fests on grit garnering 55% surges, Whoopi and Cher clasping for a crossover cabaret on Clash to choreography, there, I Got You Babe, Redux riveting 200 million, Joy jesting, You're the boss of us now, truce with tunes. Cher, imperishable at 79, interlaced intimacy with iconoclasm, Malibu twilights with sunny scampering sands, Vegas Vogue's vivifying moonstruck monologues, her quartet timeless tango teasing tracks tempered in the tussle. Faithful fused under #Cher Eternal, her Emmy embrace enunciating, ejected from tables, but enthroned in hearts, gracias to the gals who goaded my glow. Subplots seemed in splendor. The Volunteers' Valentine burgeoned to a benefit bash, Sarah choreographed a Cher tribute tour, and audience allies from the affray anchored her afterparty, acclaiming her audacity. The video script soared in symphonic splendor, montages of marquee majesties in moonlit Malibu, Cher's candlelit cadenzas voiced over panels penitent paeans, validating vindication's verse, her valediction, clashes carve constellations, but charisma connects the stars. The host's helix harmonized in a harmony handbook, harvesting heart from hubris. As 2026 beckoned, Cher's charisma catalyzed cosmetic codes against ageist ads, the View's Vogue vanguarding veteran valor. Extrapolated epics espied evolutions. Cher's cinematic swan song on Senior Sirens, Joy's Jubilee Jam with her jewel-toned jam, a broadcast brotherhood blooming benevolent. The Odyssey, from fractious flay to felicitous firmament, surmounted the title's tempest with tonic timbre, avowing that even evictions engender empires of empathy in entertainment's echoing expanse.